Happy holidays, everybody. Well, not quite. It's like maybe a few days away when this video goes up, but it's going to be Christmas week because it's weird how this like Christmas is falling in on a Monday, which is unusual. It's like not Christmas weekend,
Yeah.
but it kind of is. It's weird. But this is your PixelPlay side quest, your last one of 2023, in fact, because we will be away back on the 9th of January. We're taking the next 2 weeks off, but we are going to leave you with our Christmas wish list to gaming Santa Claus because we need so many things. We are going to be as unreasonable as we want. We are going to be asking for the equivalency of MacBook Pros and like big screen TVs that Santa Claus is totally going to be able to afford this year, kids. So anything gaming related, if you want a game to be made, if you want something for the industry to change, or if you just want like something ridiculous, it does, as long as it's gaming related, Santa Claus will put it on the list and we'll decide later if we are naughty or nice, or if we can't afford it because we can't spend any more money after the Activision Blizzard buyout. So Santa's a little bit strapped for cash for the time being, but I'll kick us off with my first one. I have two that are game based. I'll do those afterwards. So I'll do my industry one. We alluded to this a lot when we were talking about like games like Sea of Stars and Hi-Fi Rush and Space for the Unbound as part of our favorite games of the year. I hope that next year and going forward that the industry starts to do a little more segmenting of their studios and starting to have more smaller teams working with smaller budgets, creating games that aren't full price AAA epics. I think, like, I don't know if you guys remember when Ubisoft had a run in like the early 2010s where we had like Child of Light and Valiant Hearts. Like, I want to see that come back with a lot of these, and especially with all the studios that Sony and Microsoft specifically have. This is easy for them to pull off, and the fact that most companies aren't doing that at all anymore is kind of sad because I feel like most of these games, they may not sell the same way that, like, obviously a Call of Duty or a Spider-Man or anything like that will do, but what they will still do is create much more of a buzz that gets people interested into what else is in their catalog aside from the big ones. Because a part that a lot of people don't realize is if you cater to more niche groups, you get them in the door and you go, hey, you know what else we make? Here's this big money property that you maybe can check out. And you're like, well, I normally wouldn't check that, but I did like what you guys did with this game. So you know what? Maybe I'll try this one next time around when it's maybe on sale, and you get another foot in the door. So I hope that what studios do is take more of an approach of, hey, not every studio we acquire has to make another $100 million budget game. Why don't we give you guys a couple million? Go like take like a good like 10 of you, 10, 15 of you, and just go make like a passion project. Doesn't matter if it works or not, like just go try something. And if it doesn't work, maybe there's something we can take from it, whether it's a business model or whether it's a concept, maybe apply that to our next big project. I think that would be something that a lot of studios could benefit from trying. And as us as gamers, it gives us experiences that we normally wouldn't get from companies that have the budget to be able to make much more high quality level games.
A good
Good
pick.
call.
I like it. Well, my first one is a lot more, I don't want to say realistic, but it is more simple. Square, can you just fucking re-release Xenogears? Holy fuck. Like,
Damn, that wasn't, well, I figured it was a square direction. It wasn't quite it, but I guess we're not. Well, actually, that's far more reasonable than the latter I was thinking of, so.
like, just give me this damn game. I have nowhere to play it unless I illegally download it, and it's a multi-disc. You know how hard it is to emulate multi-disc PlayStation games? Holy shit. So please, give me this game. Do the Octopath Traveler style, the 2.5 HD, whatever it's called. Do that. You
Put
know
an
what?
arcade game in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and just have me play the game front to back in an arcade machine in Final Fantasy. I'm fine with that.
Make a deal with Sega. Put it in the next Yakuza in the arcade. I don't care. Just give me this fucking game. It's one of the best JRPGs I've ever played. I get to only play it at my friend's house who just happens to have the backwards compatible PS3, and I'm not over there a lot, and I should go more to play Xenogears, but we have to figure that out. And it's bothering me because I just want to play this damn game. I want it on my Steam Deck. I want it on my PC. I want it on my PlayStation. I want it somewhere. Please, please, Square, just give me Xenogears. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Either that or the option as I go to look up how much a copy of Xenogears costs right now is you pony up the money for a PlayStation plus the probably $150+ it's going to cost you to get an in-box copy because I'm sure you don't just want the disc.
Yeah,
or
plus I need
discs.
the actual hookups for the old PlayStation to go into the new TV, so I probably get a backwards compatible PS3.
Well, what if you get a PlayStation Classic and then jailbreak it so you can play Xenogears with a PlayStation controller? Does that count?
Is it work well with the multi-disc system? Because that's what
Uh-huh.
always throws it in. You ever played an emulated game that goes insert disc 2 and you just stare at your TV? Like, what do you do?
Oh, I'm sorry, TV. You really misunderstood what's happening here.
I just want it. I just want it. I played at my buddy's house. I can't wait to do that more, but like I want it on my Steam Deck as well.
I want it just because
both.
I've never played it before. It's one of the ones that I missed.
You have to. You have to.
I have no interest in this.
Kaylan, this is your game of the year next year.
No,
it's going to
not.
get re-released by Square because I'm asking. It's going to be your game of the year.
Well, no, it'll be his Jin and Chris classic because he'll cheat and just use that like he did Dead Space.
You guys both have realistic and probable wishes compared to mine. My wish is Ubisoft make Splinter Cell and make it good. Don't make it a Ubisoft 2020 game. Make it a Splinter Cell 2010s game. Make it good.
Though, they might just make a mobile game.
So I'm saying make it good. Like go back to Chaos Theory, go back to Pandora tomorrow, make that level of Splinter Cell. That's all I want. I'll buy it day one. I'll buy it even day -1. Like I just want it. It's time for Splinter Cell.
I love how Adam's question or ask of the industry to change is more realistic to you, Kaylan, than a Splinter Cell game coming out.
Well, no, I said a good classic style Splinter Cell, not a modern day Ubisoft go to the tower and scope out and everything.
Yeah, it's a stealth game, but there's still towers somehow.
To be honest, no. So I was actually thinking about there is a way that you could make a new modern day Ubisoft game in a Splinter Cell universe. You just make it take place in like a capital city, and you'd have to like just do missions around there, and like as you like tap in, you get more things. I could see it, but I don't know if I like it.
I think it's in a jungle, and you have to go to radio towers.
That's Far Cry. You're thinking of Far Cry.
I'm thinking of a Ubisoft game.
I'm also thinking of Avatar, which I've seen footage of recently, and I am glad that I have no interest in Avatar because that does not look great to me.
What are you talking about? Avatar looks amazing. Like not from like I don't want to play it, but from a technical perspective, it looks amazing.
Oh no, I look at the gameplay and stuff that I've seen. It looks horrendous. It looks so dull and boring to me.
Fair enough. What is your second wish, Adam?
All right, time to be way more unreasonable. Square Enix, since we're still on this topic, can you make a Final Fantasy game that's turn-based? I don't even care if it has a fucking number attached to it. Just make a game that has Final Fantasy on it, and it has turn-based combat, and only turn-based combat. Call it Final Fantasy Adventure 4, I think would be the newest one. I don't give a shit. Just turn-based only. No action combat. Square, stop. You don't need to be an action game. You used to be really good at doing these things called turn-based JRPGs. Remember those? You know, the things that made you all the money, that made you start wasting them on these really shitty games that you've made, that you're like, well, look at this amazing graphics system we did. That's nice, Square. Where's the fucking game, though? Even Kaylan's, I'm finally got Kaylan to agree with me on something. Square Enix, where the fuck are you? Like, you suck. You're terrible. Give that man a Xenogears game, and give me a fucking Final Fantasy game that actually feels like an old school Final Fantasy game for once. I love the 7 remakes. I'm accepting that as my one, like, half apology that you've given me. I will not fully accept your apology until I see a Final Fantasy lettered game with a goddamn turn-based only combat system. I don't even care if it's $20 and it's an old school Super Nintendo JRPG. I'm in for that. I'm probably more interested in that than anything else. Just fucking do it. Because I swear to God, I'm not the only one that's going to wish this, and you are going to kill it. Because that game's not going to suck, because you're not going to be spending half of your budget on your graphics and your fucking crappy battle system because you can't understand how to make action games. And your story won't suck because you didn't spend all this time worrying about your action game. Because your stories have sucked for the last 15 years.
The story will still suck.
Well, to you they will. To us, no. We'll go back to loving them again. Except for Chris. I don't know what. He's been indoctrinated. You know what?
This is a wild card.
No, I'm not a wild card. It's just 16 was so much better than 15 and 13. That's all it was. I was like, we're back.
So it basically didn't trip over the bar that was dug underground. I understand now.
Hey, for Square, that's a big fucking deal, okay?
That is kind of true. They did go out of their way to burrow every time they made something.
All right. Well, for my number 2, remember I was talking to Square about Xenogears? I have a rant now for Bandai Namco. Can you re-release Xenosaga, you fucks, please? I just need now
That's even more expensive.
I don't even know how to get this. Again, I tried doing the multi-disc PS2 games. Can't get it. Can't buy it anywhere.
I mean,
Come
I
on,
can give you my PlayStation 2 and copies of the first two. I can't help you with the third one because that shit
Yo,
is way too expensive.
I just need these, re-release them. Like, they're just PS2 games. The emulators can run them like 4K, 4,000 frames per second, and they look beautiful. Like, just do that. Just take the game, re-release it. Everyone else is doing it. Every other game is just like, hey, yeah, we're re-releasing it. And you can actually see the like emulator files in the background. Just do it. Like, make it so I can play it on my Steam Deck or my PlayStation or something. It's a trilogy I loved. It was like the spiritual successor to Xenogears. And like fucking Xenogears, you just can't play it anymore. And I'm stuck with Xenoblade Chronicles, which I don't even know if it's good. It's in the backlog. So please, just Bandai Namco, figure something out with Square or wherever it is you guys have an issue because it was like the same developers or whatever. Figure it out. Give me Xenosaga. Realistically, put it on Steam. Let me play it. Please.
I'm not going to alter my 3, but I feel like I can injunction just say along with your first 2, just be like, hey, developers, can you fucking release games that like no one can buy anymore? Can we just can we do a better job of preserving games, please? Instead of just what happens where they just end up being on the market for $200 for a disc copy of a game that was maybe adequate at best. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Agreed. See previous rant. All right, Kaylan, what's your number 2?
My number 2 wish is that you, the viewer, clicks that like and subscribe button to always stay up to date.
You smart son of a bitch. Why didn't I think of that?
That's genius. That's genius.
No, my second choice, or my second, now I can't think of anything else. Where was I going with this? Oh my God. Oh yeah, here we go. So Xbox, I got a wish for you. Start making some amazing single player games. I know you guys have been acquiring a lot of studios. You guys have been trying to become more relevant, but I really need you guys to start popping off. I've got the Xbox right there. I love it. I'm not crapping on it. You guys have a great service with Game Pass, but I want to see you guys start competing with Sony, start making some amazing first person games. I know you guys are working on an Indiana Jones game. I know like Hellblade's coming out. I want to see you guys start popping off. I need you guys to start, hitting all cylinders when it comes to first party games. And so get on it, Microsoft. It's about time.
Yeah, adding on to that wish, hey Xbox, I love Game Pass. Can you maybe try to have games on Game Pass that like make me go, okay, can I play something that's really good with an Xbox label attached to it? Because it feels really weird that I'm using your service and all my favorite games have nothing to do with you.
It's true.
Adam, what's your last wish?
Well, I guess because at least I could cheat and just go along with Chris's and be like, hey, just developers do a better job with preservation. I don't have to destroy my main wish. This is the most unreasonable thing, even though it's probably the most likely, because none of these are like, look, I don't trust developers to actually do smart things with their money because all they go for is live service games and things that are just meant to have like stupid amounts of marketing money towards. So I'm never going to get that wish. And Square Enix just hates me. So I know that's not going to happen. So I might as well go out there with the most possible thing. Arc System Works. I love everything you make. Can you take my favorite thing right now in the Trail series and make a fighting game out of that? Because, oh my God, I would die. Because now that we have 3 full series, that is 3 full series of main characters that people want to see what would happen if they fought each other. That sounds like a great idea. Chris is only 1 game in. Give him another 7 years and he'll have the same wish as I do. Because again, for anybody that's not familiar with Arc System Works, you've probably seen some of their games out there. Guilty Gear is their big one. Blaze Blue was one that they ran for a while. They also did Persona's fighting game. They actually did 2 of them, which was weird. The fact that they did more than one was amazing to me when that first happened. And they recently did one for Grand Blue Fantasy and Dragon Ball Z. So they have a pedigree of making, in my opinion, the best 2D fighters in the world. And I would love them if they keep doing that for other franchises that I really love because, goddamn, they just keep impressing. Like, I don't even care for Grand Blue Fantasy that much. I just like their characters and their designs. And even that game was like, goddamn, this is a fun-ass game to play. So just keep doing that shit. Just do it with my favorite thing. I want my bias in there. I know there's not a chance in hell that you would ever do that because I don't think it's still on most people's radar, but please?
Chris, what's
I
your
love
number
the
one?
little hands together at the end there.
He said,
so
please.
this is probably the part when all of you think I'm about to rage about Chrono Trigger getting a re-release or a remaster. And you're right. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. I would, but that's just the same wish yet again, and it's time I changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, you realize that it's not getting answered, I guess.
Yeah, no, after 2 times shame on me, or shame on you. Third
Two
time, yeah,
times.
shame on me. I don't know. So mine is very unrealistic, but Gamer Santa, please, 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 please figure out how Valve and Microsoft can work this out where Game Pass is literally native within Steam. So if a game is added to Game Pass and it's in Steam, I can play it there instead of that atrocious Xbox app on Windows. Plus, maybe also play it on the Steam Deck. That would be so sick, and I would love that so much. I'm sure Microsoft would be like, cool, this is you're asking to buy Valve. No, don't buy Valve. You don't need Steam as well. You're going to have to go through all the courts. Don't do that. Just
They
work
won
out
once.
a deal. They did win once.
I don't
They did.
actually. I think, like, real talk, I don't think they could even make a case for that one. I think that literally would be,
Yeah.
no, you're owning too much now.
They already own Microsoft, and to own them the biggest PC gaming platform on Windows. Or sorry,
They
they
could
own
maybe
Windows
get
and
away
have
with
it.
Epic. There's no way they would get away with Valve, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like
Honestly,
it would be
though, the
too
Game
much
Pass
of a
would make
monopoly.
sense because they want to put Game Pass on everything anyway.
Yeah. If they could figure out how that would work, so you have the Game Pass app like right in Steam, much like you can have the Game Pass app on your phone and all that kind of stuff. I don't want the cloud streaming version that exists, sure. I want something native so that if I go on my Steam Deck, the Game Pass app is there and I'm installing the Steam version of games. The games are already there. It's just giving you access now to them because they're a part of Game Pass. You load up Steam on your PC. You load the game from there instead, again, of that stupid Xbox app, which is atrocious. I don't care if you work Xbox achievements into Steam or whatever you'd have to do to get it to work. I'd be okay with that too. That would be really cool. But yeah, if they could just figure out how to get it on there, I'd say put it on the Switch or something, which would be cool for people. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. It would definitely be the cloud streaming version of xCloud. And
You trying to
I've
say
got
that
it.
Melt your-
Starfield couldn't run on a Switch?
Do you want to
I
melt
don't-
your Switch?
yeah. But it on a Steam Deck could run a bunch of the indie games, some of the slightly older AAA games, and of course on a gaming PC, it would be able to run whatever you can normally run anyways, right? It's Steam. You already know if you can run a game or not based on your setup, so just have Game Pass in there. Let me install the Steam version of Starfield or Forza Horizon or whatever. Let me play it native. Don't make me do the Xbox app. It's not good. It barely runs. I have to reinstall it all the freaking time. Yeah, that's my last wish. Thank you, Gamer Santa, for listening, and please fulfill my wish. Thank you.
For me, my last one, and it's never gonna happen, I don't think, ever again. But I would like to have a new Legend of Zelda game made in the old Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past style, that top-down overview world. I'd love to have a new Legend of Zelda in that series. With the populated Breath of the Wild, I don't think it'll happen. But like, I feel like with Link's Awakening, that kind of was like a proof of concept, and it worked. And I would love to see another game made like that style, but like a new one.
Yeah, like an
I'd say-
original story and stuff.
Yeah, because I'd say like you could do a Link to the Past, but like a Link to the Past is still holds up so perfectly well that you don't need to. So like I'd rather see them do something.
I don't think
original.
it's that out of possibility because I mean we're not that far removed from A Link Between Worlds when the 3DS was still active. So
yeah.
So I could definitely see them like somewhere down the road being like, hey, we'll get a small team to also work on this like $30-$40 Zelda game that we can throw out there. Who am I kidding? They're going to charge full price for it. And never
It'd
put
be
it on
it'd be
sale.
$80.
I'd pay it.
Yeah, for
Who
sure.
am I
Okay.
kidding?
I would.
Okay. But I'd love to see them like do a Song of Seasons, or was it Song of Seasons and Song of Time?
Oracle of Seasons.
Oracle of Seasons. Thank you. Yeah, like
Oracle
I'd
of
like
Seasons,
there's
Oracle
so
of Ages.
that's it. Thank you. Like I'd love to see them like do those ones or something. Like there's so many like handheld Zelda games that I never played that I'd love to just see get ported in that same style as A Link's Awakening.
Yep. What you're actually going to get is a Link to the Past 99, and it's 99 people logging in and fighting each other as Link. And as I say that,
I was going to say, that sounds good.
That sounds sick. I actually would love that too. I need to
honestly,
change my answer.
this would be
for
a great
fantastic.
Sidequest episode in the future. Just what would be the best games to 99? Because I don't think there's a bad idea, honestly.
Put a pin,
No.
put a pin in it. We'll do that one. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
that
we
is
have
going
really
to
good
be it
wishes.
for us. Gamer Santa, at least pick one of each of ours. Like, Chris just needs a new game. Like, he wants one of his games back. Like, just give him that. Kaylan wants Actually, yeah, the Zelda one's probably the most possible one, so give him that. And then me, I'm not getting any of the things I want. I know that I was being unreasonable with all three of mine, so you know what? I'll just have to deal with that. I'm just gonna get it. Who am I kidding? I'm getting coal in my stocking. Let's not kid ourselves here. So that's gonna be it. Like I said, we are going to be off for the rest of the year. We will be back January 9th, so we are missing the next 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's. So look forward to us then. With that being said, obviously everything that you already know to do, like and subscribe, linktree/pixelplaypodcast to check out all our socials, link to the Discord, everything like that. For all you listening to this before Christmas, have yourself a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody there. Same goes for people listening still in 2023. Have yourselves a Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2024 when I think our first episode, we're just going to talk about all the things we're looking forward to that are coming up for next year. Is that our kind of idea?
Who knows? Who knows?
Well,
Yeah, you think
Microsoft
changes.
something.
I mean, there's 2 weeks, so who knows what'll happen. Like, even with the holidays, there could always be that one story that we go, well, I guess we got to talk about that now. But
GTA 6 sales drop.
that is a 2024 problem. So with that, have yourselves a good one, everybody, and take care. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.